Good morning. I'm back to talk about someone with a normal thought process, a disorganized thought process, and abnormal thought process. I'm here to give examples. So before I talked about someone with a normal thought process is logical and linear. So I'm going to go in detail about things that I listed previously in my YouTube shorts. So logic is the ability to reason and draw conclusions based on a set of facts or evidence. Linear is the ability to have step-by-step approaches to problem solving. Goal-oriented is people whom are able to always list out their short-term goals and long-term goals and actually execute them. They have evidence that they're constantly working on short-term goals and evidence that they're executing long-term goals as well. Disorganized thought process. Before I said that disorganized thought process was difficulty maintaining a coherent train of thought. And so, in detail, that's just jumping between unrelated topics, making it hard to follow the conversation or express a clear point. And abnormal thought process, I previously talked about, I described it as thought blocking. So in detail, thought blocking is temporary and sudden interruptions of the thought process where someone experiences difficulty in recalling or expressing a certain word or idea. And so when suffering with abnormal thoughts, you want to make sure that you use the scriptures, 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 5, and it talks about casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. And so 2 Corinthians 10 and 5 refers to actively dismantling or rejecting thoughts and ideas that contradict or exalt themselves against the knowledge of God. And to be able to do that, you first have to know what God thinks about you. And these are really dealing with ideas of like suicide, thoughts that aren't normal. And it can stem from a little thought, which would be something like you always feeling like you're unworthy, dealing with abandonment, rejection, and also dealing with that not good enough, like not being good enough, unforgiveness, things like that. Y'all have a good day.